In Michael's apartment, the TV's on and it's a game show, and you can hear slightly in the background they're talking about Slaughterhouse 5 as one of the answers, I guess. And for some reason, Michael's watching it as he's about to contemplate suicide. Who knows, maybe it's because of the show. And just as Tom predicts, he tries to shoot himself and the gun won't fire, even though it's fully loaded. And right as he's about to do it again, the same news report that we see Dan watching a few episodes ago comes on about finding 815 in the bottom of the ocean. Maybe this is why Dan's crying, because they interrupted the game show he was watching. The lady also mentions that they have little hope of finding the black box, which we see last episode. So Michael goes over to the penthouse where Tom is, and he has a special friend with him named Arturo. Wow, I knew it. Ever since the time in season 3 when Kate's getting dressed and he says, "Don't worry, you're not my type." That's when we all knew. And then also when he's skipping around, tossing the football with Jack. And he had a gigantic smile on his face. That's probably why he's terrible at football. Apparently he doesn't get off the island much, but when he does, he likes to indulge himself. And Michael asks if they can just come and go whenever they want, and Tom responds with, "Some of us." He also tells Mike that the plane at the bottom of the ocean is a phony, staged by Widmore. Michael asks why, and Tom says because he doesn't want anyone else knowing about the island but him. Tom shows us the receipt for the plane at the bottom of the ocean and a picture of all the dead bodies that were dug up in Thailand. Supposedly Widmore went through a secret shell company to buy the plane, yet at the very top of the receipt it clearly says Widmore Industries. Yep, practically untraceable. Remember last episode, Captain Galt told us that it was Ben who staged the plane at the bottom of the ocean, and that he got all the dead bodies. As I said before, I'm leaning more towards Widmore being the one who staged this, is going for the island. Although it could be Ben, it could be that the receipt was faked and that the pictures were from Ben's men. We have no way of telling. And Mr. Friendly did conveniently have the folder right there for him. Who knows, it could be dinner chat for him and Arturo. Tom tells him that he needs to go undercover as a deckhand on the freighter that's going to leave Fiji soon. And he gives him a passport and says, "Meet Kevin Johnson," his new alias, which is also the name of the episode. Now look at the passport closely. The passport number is the same as on Ben's fake passport from the Economist episode. Maybe the HNSO stands for Hanso. Who knows? Oh, and what do we have over here? Michael's was issued on the 00 day of July. Does that even exist? Michael asks, "Why would I even work for you?" And Tom replies, "Because if Widmore finds the island, then everyone on it will die, and doing this is the only way he can redeem himself. But his real job on the freighter is so he can kill everyone on board, apparently." Let's go to Fiji. Let's go to the port of Suva, where the Kahana, or whatever name it says here, for some reason it's crossed off, is getting ready to head out. Minkowski greets Michael, or Kevin, and tells him to check in with Naomi. She welcomes him too and tells him that there's a crate waiting for him. Then we see Miles, and he smirks and says, "Your name isn't Kevin." Then, don't worry, 80% of the people on this boat are lying about something. Also, why is Michael wearing this designer Armani baseball cap? What kind of migrant deckhand has the money for something like that? The next scene is we see Michael on the freighter, and probably a few days have passed because all we see is water. Not sure what these symbols are down here. Maybe you guys might know. We see Kimi shooting things, as he says. And Michael asks basically, "Why do you have those guns? I thought this was a rescue mission." Kimi tells him to mop something up. After this, Michael believes Tom how they're going to kill everyone on the island. So this causes Michael to bring his package to a room and open it up. It turns out it's a bomb, and Michael sees the red execute button. It probably reminds him of the Hatch a lot. Just as he's about to press it, we hear a little clip of the Mama Cass song I told you to remember from the car crash. And we also hear a whisper. Now, I don't know what the whispers say. I think it's just one little thing. It's like a ghostly whisper. But this is the first time that we hear whispers off the island and in a flashback. Then we see Libby, and if you notice, she's wearing the exact same clothes that she was when she got shot by Michael back in season 2. Now, why do they keep showing Libby and not Ana Lucia? Because after all, he killed both of them. I think it's either because he was going to kill Ana Lucia and he accidentally killed Libby, so the guilt of killing Libby is harder to get over, or because Ana Lucia just got released from jail after having a DUI, so she can't be filmed. Probably going to go with the last one. And Libby says, "Don't do it," and then disappears. Now, this doesn't really make sense, and I don't really get it. If it is the black smoke manifested as Libby, you'd think that it would want the freighter not to reach the island, even though it would know that the bomb is fake, which it turns out to be. You would think they would want Michael to blow up the ship so it wouldn't get there. So that makes me think that the black smoke, or Jacob, or whatever it is manifested as Libby, doesn't want them to go to the island. Maybe that's why Jacob says to Locke, "Help me." But, as Danielle says, it's a security system to protect the island. So I'm thinking that in the second part of Season 4, when the freighter people actually do come to the island, it'll go on a killing spree, which would be pretty cool. I bet Kimi and co from the boat will storm Locke's camp, but as soon as they do, there'll be a black smoke bloodbath. It'll probably do its usual thing of looking into their eyes and scanning their thoughts, and then we'll see them all flying through the air, but I'm guessing that'll spare Frank's life. Back to Michael, he punches in the code 71776. Maybe like July 1776, independence? Who knows? The bomb turns out to be a phony, and all that pops up is a note saying, "Not yet." So obviously this is just a setup to see if Michael would do it. Then it shows Michael tossing the tennis ball in his room, just like Jack did in Season 3. Minkowski comes in and says a guy named Walt really wants to talk to you. So Michael goes up into the radio room, and it turns out to be Ben, unfortunately, on the other side of the mic. Ben tells him the reason the bomb was fake was to show the difference between him and Widmore, that he won't kill innocent people where Widmore will. Man, Ben is such a liar. What happened with all those Dharma Initiative people he killed, mass killing? What about his own father? What about Charlotte? The first chance he got, he shot her right in the chest. He wants Michael to compile a list and disable the radio room and engines, and this ends Michael's flashback. Saeed's completely disgusted that Michael's working for Ben, so he forces him to the captain. And why does Saeed rat him out in the end? You'd think he'd be okay with it that he killed Ana Lucia, who killed his lover, Shannon. No, this was very out of character for Saeed. He's very methodical and likes to make his moves, not out of quick judgment like that. But probably when he heard someone who just betrayed and killed two of his companions and now is working for the enemy again, he probably just made this move out of the heat of the moment. So I think Saeed has a plan. I'm just not sure what that plan is yet. Maybe it's to get on the good side of the captain. Who knows?